Teresa, you can start now.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this evening health sharing by our respectful Dr. Prabhu Kumar Raju. To those who are joining us for the very first time, very welcome to you. I believe there are more and more new friends joining us because this terrace water has brought us much benefits and awakening us on the importance of consuming more water, not only to replenish, detox, but revitalize our every cells in all our organs. Every now and then, I receive so many wonderful testimonies how they after consuming the terrace water, it has helped them so much. Thanks to Terrace Malaysia Company, Mr. Ken Ui and Mr. George Neo, for inviting the two directors, Madam Li Ping Rui and Chen Ching Ching. They have brought us much news and infos on how the company has spent so much finance in the scientific research. They have done a good job and bringing new hope in the health industries. Don't you think so? We are so privileged to have them in Malaysia now. And please take note, we have Zooms of different languages to assist us in sharing the properties and the benefits of terrace waters to our friends and relatives. Do invite them, okay, to all the Zooms. They are English, Malay, and Chinese Zooms. Especially tonight, we have Dr. Prabhu's every evening sharing with us on the health matters. And this evening, we are also glad Dr. Prabhu is bringing us the episode 67. The title is The Stress of Life. Are you stressed with your life? Haha, I think everybody will nod their head. We face different level of stress individually, especially during this period of time. Everyone is talking about the pandemic. But the good news tonight, let's listen to Dr. Prabhu Kumar. I'm sure he would advise us on how to de-stress and enjoy our life. Right, doctor?
Yeah.
Good. So let's invite Dr. Prabhu. To you, doctor.
Yes, ma. 1 minute. Let me go to my slide first.
A very nice background you have.
Okay. Very, very good evening, ma'am. Very good evening, madam.
Good evening.
And Brian and
good evening, everyone.
Beautiful souls. Very good evening to you all on a Sunday evening. As usual, we are meeting. Now, this is something which is very, very important. The reason is the stress of life is actually stress is not the word which normally I use, and I don't like let people to use this word stress because they don't understand what exactly this stress can do for our journey, because in reality, if you see, you are seeing a rabbit on this particular screen down there. If you see a rabbit, most of the time you will see that it's very calm, sitting quietly. It won't move. Even if you go near it, it will just sit and then observe you. The beauty of animals is they will observe the surroundings unless they are threatened, then only they will react. But we human beings are the only creatures under the sun. Before anything could happen, we already would have reacted for it. We would have spoken about it. We would have spoken enough of it. And in terms of unfavorable situations of talking about it, and finally create a situation through the mind to that particular situation, and you manifest it. Now, this is what human beings are all very good at. Now, this is where we need to change the perception and change the way we are handling our life. Then things can be much more easier. Now, of course, if you look at stress part of life, Do you know how much of uh, what I would say is how much can it affect your cellular level, the stress actually? In fact, why should I be talking on a platform where we are talking about water? In fact, water also plays a very, very important role because when you are in a stressful situation, your mind is in a stressful situation, the water takes up the molecular structure of the water will take up the stressful situation and it will manifest the same way. It is you who are creating that situation even at the cell level for the water to change. I think in the previous 2 3 episodes ago I had spoken about crystals of water. You know how when you use the unfavorable words like I hate you, I kill you, all these words, the water gets into a totally a different dimension where it doesn't look nice at all. Now, this is what will happen when you are under stress. Now, imagine when you're under stress, you are unintentionally doing a lot of things which will be so unfavorable for you that things can go little heavy, and then finally you will think that I am drinking the water, but nothing is happening, or nothing is happening because I'm drinking the water regularly, but nothing is happening. Now, this is where you need to understand that when you are under high stress, definitely your mind is much more powerful than what you can think of. Saying that, now the biggest challenge, of course, every one of us, we are under, I would say the word stress should be used here, but when I expand the word stress for you, you will understand that it is so easy that we all need to get into that particular mode of handling our journey so that things are becoming much more easier. Now, handling of stress actually is not a big deal at all. Now, why do I say that it's not a big deal at all? Because one thing you need to understand that in this universe, irrespective of any human being or animals, we all are being given the best opportunities for us to live on this planet Earth. It's the best opportunity. But when best opportunity is being given to you, what is your problem in handling your life much more calmer? Now, if you're talking about stress or if you're under in an agitated mood or in an agitated way of life, what happens is your brain waves are going at a high speed. If your brain waves is going at a high speed, definitely it will be high beta waves. We call it as high beta waves. Now, when it is in high beta waves, what will happen? You will do all irrational things under the sun. You will just make a decision instantly, and then automatically things will go heavy and things will go wrong for you, and then you will think, "Oh, I should have done this, I should have stopped this, I shouldn't have done this." All this will happen once you have finished it. Now this is where very beautifully it's told that wise people always learn by others mistake, whereas fools will learn by their own mistake. No, they will do the mistake and they will be still learning from there, whereas wise people always will learn from others mistake. Now this is something where we as human beings will be able to be differentiated from the other animals. Now animals will not actually compare themselves and then think that, okay, now that particular probably a lion is much more wiser than me, and I have to be like this. All these decision making and all animals will not have, because they don't compare themselves. Only human beings we compare with everything and anything under our eyes and ears and then our visual aid. We will be comparing because that's what we want to do and that's what we have been habituated. Now you need to break the this habit of it, because if you are looking at habit, HABIT. You remove the H, a bit will be there. You remove the A, bit will be there. When you remove the B, it will be there. So that means to say what you have sowed the seed for years together. In an example, what if you have not been drinking water sufficiently for the past so many number of years, and suddenly out of the blue someone comes and talks about terahertz water, and Dr. Prabhu is also telling, yeah, you need to drink 2.5 liters to 3 liters of, and you want to start drinking water, and of course for the first 2 days you will have 1.5 liters and 1.5 liters of two bottles of this one, and then you will very religiously drink. But after 1 week, you see, you go back to the same 1 liter to 1.5 liter, and then when you face problem, then when you, oh, you I have forgotten not to drink. Why? Because that it is there. The habit has not been So you need to break the habit. If it is not a good one, you better break it so that you will be able to recreate. Now, for you to break the habit, the only way you can do is you need to teach your brain something new. You have to teach the brain something new, something different, and then you make it a habit. Now, for you to make it a habit, very simple, follow it for 21 days. When you follow anything for 21 days, then slowly it becomes a habit. And then when you follow it, automatically it will be a habit. It can be waking up in the morning, it can be drinking water, it can be stop eating non-vegetarian, it can be, stop a particular way of life, or probably going to a gym. Everything makes an habit only when you continuously do it for 21 days. So now what is happening is handling of stress becomes a challenge for us. For the only reason is we know how to handle it, but we have not been trying to handle it. Why? Because we have never handled the situation before calmly in a way where we need to and thereby find a solution. Now, in this world, if you look at, frankly speaking, there are no problems in life. There are situations in life. Yes, there are situations. Now, if there is a situation, what will happen? You need to find a solution. Now, don't you think you're such an intelligent being on this planet Earth with six senses? And then, of course, you can have your seventh sense as well. Now, you need to be much more than a five-sensed animal. That means your decision making should be so clean and wise that every aspect of your life, you should be able to walk through your life. There shouldn't be difficulty at all in your life. Now, why is that you are not able to? Why? Because there are a lot of hurdles you have created to your own self. Now, this is where in a lot of situations, we human beings have been tuned, conditioned into a belief system, into a conditioning system wherein we just follow it blindly. It can be anything, right from going to a temple or to a mosque or you are just blindly following it, but you don't even look into it. What is it, a habit which you need to change? Now, there are a lot of things which have changed in our life. What you need to do is when you want to be a little more calmer, you need to be breathing very, very calmly. Number one, you need to take the situation and then analyze it and then see what is the best options you have in your life. It's very, very important is because you need to decide what you need to do for a particular situation. If you call it as a problem, it's a problem. Now, for that problem, what is a solution? Only you will know. You can talk to 10 people around you, you can talk to your friends, but at the end of the day, what happens? It is you who have to handle the situation. So, better you plan it properly. Now, this is where, for example, if you have, there is one situation and you have 10 solutions, one situation and 10 solutions. Plan A, plan B. Most of the time you would have heard people talking about plan A and plan B, right? Now, if you are in the right frame of mind, plan A will 100% work for you because you know what to do. You would have executed in such a way that it will happen. But many times, even with the best of our educational background, best of our experiences, best of our intelligence, we may require a plan B. But what I would say is you should always have 10 different solutions for the same situation. Now, what happens? Can anybody block you and then say, now I am blocking you or you cannot do this job? No, because if A doesn't work, you'll go to B. B doesn't work, you'll go to C. C doesn't work, you'll go to D. D doesn't work, you'll go to E. Now, this is where you become an intelligent being so that you should be able to handle any situation in life. Now, when that situation comes in, what happens? Every cell of your body also is the same intelligent being as you are. Don't you think they can also do the same thing? They also will be doing the same. So now, coming back to the stress, what exactly this stress means is it is actually a self. You have trained yourself saying that you are one minute. Self-trained. What is that? Self-trained, routine, easy, simple solution. You're not able to find. Very simple. If you don't find a solution, easy solution for it, what happens? It becomes a stressful situation. For example, a person wants to go to KL from Klang. Now, those days, just imagine 50 years ago, there was no Google, there was no map at all, and people would give the address and then you will go directly to that particular place. How is that you were doing? Without any map facility, you still were to do it. Why? Because that time you were using your real intelligence, you were using your brain. Today, what is happening? You are totally dependent on the gadgets. So what happens? Even with the gadgets, let me tell you, you have to be intelligent enough to find the solution. Now, for example, tomorrow morning you're supposed to go to KL from Klang. What do you need to do? You have to first you have a Google map. Go and put the address and then find where exactly it is. Now, once you know where exactly it is, the second option you need to ask is what are the parking space available there? Is it there available inside or outside? What would be the fees you are going to pay? All these, if we can plan well in advance the day before, and then the second mistake we all do is if at all you want to go from Klang to KL, you need at least 2 hours time. You have to go 2 hours earlier. That's how you'll be able to handle yourself in the 2 hours and then at least 1 hour. Now, your 1 hour earlier to the appointment is still okay. It's still good for you. So here what happens, you need to train yourself to find solutions for whatever issues you have. You have to find alternative solutions. You have to find a way for it. Now, sometimes you might have to ask other people, get an opinion, get an this one, or what is that, get a solution with them, and then you start implementing it. So what is stress basically is when you don't have, when you're not trained to find in a routine way, easy, simple solution. Very simple. So once you cannot do this, then automatically it becomes a stressful situation. Now, most of the time, when you look at the stressful, it can be internal or it can be from external. Now, internal, who has to handle it? You have to handle. Nothing to do with the external. But if it is external, what happens? You can prevent it to a certain extent, but many a times you cannot. You will not be able to handle it. But you can prepare yourself through the internal mechanism so that you are prepared for the situation and then you are able to handle the external situation. Now, for example, if the external situation it's a very polluted situation outside, what are you going to do? Can you go and bring down the pollution outside in the atmosphere? No, you cannot do it. Now it is heavily raining, and then of course there is a flood-like situation. Now, if there is a flood-like situation, what will happen? Automatically, your car is parked down there, and then you can see the water is rising up. What are you going to do? You need to find solutions. What the solution? You take out the car and park it in a place where, in a higher place where there is no water. That is one option. Now, you have no option at all because the rain is so heavy, you cannot even go and remove the car. Now, what will happen? What can you do? Many a time you will be just seeing that the water is rising, your car is floating and moving in the water. What can you do? You cannot do anything. It's not in your hands. But what will happen is, as human beings, you will be thinking, I should have done yesterday only like this. I could have done this. I should have done this. And there are people to give additional suggestions to you that, yeah, you should have done this yesterday only. Why you didn't do? I did like this last time, and today, see, I've saved my car. These are situations, yes, it already happened. Now, can you go and change it? Cannot change it. So, do not make yourself into a stressful. Now, worst come worst, what will happen? Once the car goes off, one, you cannot get an insurance. Number two, you have to write off the car and then you have to look for alternatives. Now, what are the alternatives? Now, the rain has receded, the water has receded, the car cannot start. Now, you have an option. You can send the car to the garage, get it repaired if it is possible. Now, if the insurance gives you some money for your repair, it's fine, well and good. But if it is not going to, then you have to shell down from your pocket. Is it possible? If it is possible, why not? You should. But if the expenses are going to be way beyond your means, and then ultimately we do not know if the car is going to get back to the original or not, then what to do? Then you have to look for alternative. Maybe probably you have to look for an alternative, another car. Now, this is where you need to find solutions. Even though you are not responsible for the rain and you are not responsible for the water to rise and then your vehicle totally damaged. You are not responsible. It happened. Now, this is an external. So when you are talking about internal, it is either mental or physical. Now, mentally, what happens is it's your mindset. How have you set your mind? If you're a person very relaxed and say, okay, fine. See, mainly most of the human beings, what we do is we always connect our objects, what we purchased with the money value. The moment you give a money value for it, then automatically you feel, oh, so much of money wasted, so much of money is. Like, for example, you would have come across this. When the moment you tell people our terahertz machine is around 4,800 ringgits, what will happen? The moment, the first thing many maybe is telling is, oh, it is so expensive. Only a small machine like this Why is it so expensive? Yes. So what happens? The expensive is already there in their mind. So once it is expensive there in the mind, even if you stand upside down on the road and tell him that this is the best machine in the world, they are not going to buy because their mindset is already, it is expensive. Now, the same thing if you're looking at, you're on a deathbed and then a doctor says, come, if you drink this water, you will wake up. Now, do you think that the person will spend 4,800 ringgits and buy the machine or not? Yes, 100% they will buy. They will borrow and they will do something. Somehow they will get. Now, this is where they call it as necessity is the mother of invention. So when you have the necessity, you know what to do. You will 100% get it. So in the same way, what happens? Our mindset plays a very, very important role in how do you handle our journey of life. Then comes our cultural habits. Cultural habits is what you do with what kind of faith are you following. There are a lot of cultural habits you would have been conditioned. Now, this is another thing is there will be hundred of people telling you, hey, don't do this, this is not good, and this is not in our faith and all, we don't do this at all, we should not be doing this, we should not be doing that, all these restrictive mindset. Now, what happens is the moment you have a restrictive mindset, automatically there is a situation which will be more stressful for you. But if following any cultural habits, following any faith and a belief system, if you are a very relaxed person, then fantastic. Please follow it because you are supposed to be a very relaxed person because as a child, when you're born on this planet Earth, we are free from all the entanglements of stressful. Have you ever seen a child feeling very stressful in life? No. What will happen? The child, when it feels tired, it will just go and sleep off. The child feels hungry, it will just cry and automatically you will feed after that. Then after that, sometime it will be playing and then after it will go off. Now this is what is a child doing. But you will ask me, doctor, what you're talking? We cannot be like a child. We cannot also sleep like a child and we cannot take like things so easily because we have to work. We have our bosses and the KL jam is there. All this, I totally agree with you. But still, we as human beings, as when we are grown up, we need to cut down the crap outside us, which is nothing related with our day-to-day life. You should just cut the crap. You don't have to waste your time in discussing about it because by discussing about it, you're not going to. For example, if anybody is going to talk about either a Malaysian economy or any other country's economy, do you think that you can go and help the particular country to improve the economy? One person cannot. You cannot do anything. But you need to see how you're going to change your economy by looking at how are you going to handle the situation. Now, just for an example, I'll give you. In the past 2 months, the palm oil packets, which were supposed to be freely, easily available with by paying 2 ringgits 50 cents in the market, is not available for the past 2 months. Now, what are you doing? What are we doing? We are still living, right? Today, on the 7th of August, we are still living. We are still buying the 2 liter, the bigger bottle, which is much more expensive. For a 2 liter, you're paying almost 20 ringgits, whereas for 2 liters packet, you are paying only 5 ringgits. Now, just imagine how much of stressful situation many of the citizens would be going through because they are not able to buy that oil at 2 ringgits 50 cents. Yes, it is a difficult issue. Now, how much ever we talk, you still go to a 99 market or any other pasar borong, you still cannot find the oil there. So what happens? You have to find alternatives. Now, this is where human beings, we are smart. Now, what we will do, we will go for the alternate. Maybe your people will start using lesser amount of oil. Yes, of course, we have to. Now, this is where we human beings are so beautiful that we can adapt to any situation. Now, in that way, once we are in that clarity of mind that we can adapt, life becomes more easy. So coming back to the stress, the internal part, we have the mental part, the physical part. Physical part is basically for the physical body. What I'm talking is all about our food habits, what kind of food you eat. So if you're going to eat a lot of food outside. Now, I'm not telling that those who are all eating outside, it is wrong. What I'm telling you is definitely it has an impact. For example, you are eating in a restaurant. Now, just imagine what kind of mood that particular cook was there in the morning. If he was in an angry mood and he's just preparing your nasi lemak or whatever he's preparing, that's the same vibration will be there in that particular food also. 100%. Now, after eating that food, you also will become a little jittery, but you won't know why was the reason. But definitely, we would have experienced this particular situation in life. So here what happens is we as human beings, one of the best options we have is if there is a possibility for you to have your own cooked food is the best. It would be the best. Now, why do I say this is I have seen in my medical practice of almost 33 years, a moment a person is in a very dire situation that he's going to die, and then the doctor will tell him, you cannot eat this. You have to eat only home cooked food. You know what will happen? 100% a person who has been eating in the restaurant for the past 20 years, 30 years, will change his full habit and then he will start maybe asking someone to cook the food for you, or maybe something will happen wherein you will start eating home cooked food. Now, why is that? Only when there is an emergency situation, you all change it. You should not. You should start practicing. Why? Because most of us are very smart in giving excuses. What we say, cannot, doctor, okay, we are very busy, or we have no time schedule. In 24 hours time, my question to anyone would be is, in 24 hours, if you cannot spend some time for yourself, why are you living on this earth? Why do you want to live on earth when you cannot spend a little time for your own physical body and to take care of it, and you need to prepare something? Why? So that means you need to change. I totally agree that many of you would be probably traveling a long distances. Yes. Now, this is where you have to plan well in advance. What are the possibilities you can have a home cooked food? So our food habits plays a very important role. Then comes your lifestyle. Now, in lifestyle, I would like to definitely stress upon telling. Just imagine if you're visiting a pub regularly. Have you ever seen a pub fully illuminated and then people, you can see the faces very brightly? Never. All the pubs will be dim light only. Now, it will be like dark energies down there. And of course, when you want to drink there, when you want to have your time down there, it is in a dull atmosphere. Definitely the energies will not be good. So if you are a person who is visiting these kind of places regularly, definitely your energy fields are affected. Definitely there will be a lot of jittery feeling. Yes, but at the same time, you can socialize when once in a while, yes, you do can visit, you do can. But if you ask me personally, I have never visited a pub until now. I have never visited because for me, those energies never match for my requirement of my life because I love being in an open space, more of nature, something like that. So in that way, your lifestyle also plays a very, very important role in your stressful situation. Then, very, very important, your hydration. Come on, this is where we are talking about our terrace water, basically water, but of course we would be talking about the terrace water. Hydration plays such an important role because when there is less water in your body cells, automatically the cell starts becoming heavy. Have you ever seen people with whenever the water content is less in the body, you can become delirious. That means you become confused. Now just imagine you're driving a car and you're in a dehydrated state. Definitely your decision making can be wrong. Like you're supposed to apply brakes, you'll be applying the accelerator and the car will move and you will bang someone. This is what will happen unknowingly many a time. So hydration plays a very, very important role. So in that way, are you drinking sufficient amount of water? You need to drink sufficient amount of water with the right properties and with the right molecular structure, with the right viscosity, then your body will be able to pick it up. Uh, Last, lack of exercise. A lot of time when I speak to people, they'll say, no time, there's no time. Yes, there's no time. So how? When you want to do exercise, when you're 60 years, 70 years old. When you're 60 years, 70 years, you'll have all the problems under the sun. Just imagine you have arthritis. How are you going to walk? If you're having arthritis, how can you sit down and get up? How will you be able to run? You cannot do anything. Now, this is where one thing is for very sure. Every one of us should accept that we all will age 100%. When you are going to age, your cells will become much more weaker than before. Now, the only way, the only intelligent way for you to understand your body is you should listen to your body. If you want to listen to your body, how many days, how many times in a week are you able to close your eyes and sit and feel your heartbeat? You can feel your breath going in and coming out. How many are you, when you eat your food, how many of you feel the food, when you chew the food? Have you ever felt the saliva coming in, the juices coming in, and masticating and so beautiful. And then how, just imagine the amount of pressure your jawbone has to give. It's almost 200 pounds, 200 pounds of pressure it has to give for grinding your food. This is what happens automatically, but we don't even know. Just imagine 200 pounds, and then it is chewing. The grinder is already on. Have you ever felt the grinder within yourself? It doesn't make any noise. Like when you switch on a mixie grinder, definitely it makes a noise. Whereas this grinder inside doesn't make any noise at all. So beautiful it is. Have you ever realized that? We should enjoy that. Then imagine just the food going down in your food pipe and then goes onto the stomach. Then the stomach starts churning, and it's the mixer down there. That's a bigger mixie. Now, once it grinds, then imagine you eat rice, cooked rice, right? After it goes inside, then automatically it's broken down into smaller, smaller particles. And imagine your body is so beautiful. From that rice, it has to take the glucose, whatever other vitamins is available, it has to pick it up. How intelligent is your body that it can pick up all the vitamins necessary, it pick up the water which is necessary, it pick up the nutrition what is necessary. Have you ever thought of it? Now, just imagine if you can think all this, will you think of anything else under the sun while having your food? No way, right? You will be so beautifully enjoying the moment of your food. Now, imagine if every one of us are going to enjoy the food so very well, and you should be thankful to the number of people who have been able to get you that rice. Imagine from the farmer who sowed the seed and the paddy fields, then the rice was grown, then from there taken out, then goes to the godown, from there comes to the retailer. Then you go there, you buy it, then you have a cooker. After that, you are able to put rice and then cook it up, and then when you eat, how many people are involved? No, no, don't you think it's such a beautiful situation? You need to have gratitude for all these people who have been instrumental for you to have the plate of rice. Now, when you are having that plate of rice on your table, don't you think you should be taking responsibility for that particular plate of rice and not waste a single grain of rice on that plate? But you would see in the restaurants how many of us they just waste the food there. Now, why do you do that? Just because you have the money, you just pay the money and then you don't value that food, isn't it? Many of us are doing that. But in the divine grace and in this on this planet Earth, we all need to start looking at these are all small, small things we all need to look into, but you can go a long way. The reason is at the end of the day, you are going to live on this planet Earth. Whether you like it or not, you will live, not the other people. Now, whether other people are going to feel gratitude about the rice and the food and all, we do not know. But here on this platform, we all are beautiful souls. And I think we are all responsible beings on this planet Earth. So what we need to do, start with little, little things. So once you start doing this, do you think you will have stress in your life? Just switch off the phone when you're having your food. Just switch it off. That's it. Or you tell the person whoever is calling, tell I'll get back to you. Let me have my food. So have the food peacefully for 15 to 20 minutes, and then do you know how many times you're supposed to chew in your mouth? Food once one bolus of food put into your mouth. 21 times you're supposed to grind it slowly, munch it and munch it and munch it for 21 times. That's when it is fully digested. Now, the moment you eat your food or munch your food 21 times, it gives a fantastic solution for diabetes. I wouldn't know how many of you can try this out in the next 1 week and see your sugar levels will go down. That means you munch 21 times and then swallow it and see, you will see your sugar levels will be much, much lower. Why? Because that grinding with the saliva, with the enzymes down there, and then when it goes down to your stomach, it's much more easier. So it picks up all the nutrients so very well that it can digest the food much, much better. So coming back to your internal stress, you need to understand it is all you who have to. Now, both the mental and the physical part is you are responsible and you need to do it. But coming back to the external environmental, let us not look into it because you and I cannot change. But we can change how? Probably. If you are having a two-wheeler which is petrol driven, maybe you can consider buying an electric operated vehicle. Maybe the four-wheelers, we also can opt for a maybe an electrical driven vehicle. But this is all in the future. We all need to. This is how we should be able to. Now, the pesticides, what you can do, you and I cannot do it. Definitely, all the food we get is all pesticide filled with it. Now, organic food. Now, when it comes up to organic food, is there a probability we all can grow our own organic garden in our own backyard? Yes, it is possible. We can do it. It is possible. But for that, you need to start somewhere. Maybe you just start planting with one, maybe a brinjal, one vegetable, that's improving it, then increasing it. This is what you need to do if you don't want pesticides. Then comes your radiation. Radiation mostly comes from the external sun rays because of the pollution. When the sun rays comes on and then penetrates onto our skin, definitely there is, it's like as good as you go for a cancer radiotherapy. Radiation is given, right? Something like that. Also, you and I, whether you don't have cancer or not, you still are exposed to the radiation. Now, with all the external factors like the environmental, pesticide, radiation, chemicals, even the lipstick what the women are using, there's a lot of chemicals in it. The powder what we use, chemicals are there. Hair dye you use, chemicals are there. So you take anything and everything under the sun, it is all chemical based. But there are a lot of other organic based this one available, but it is more expensive, and we have to see our budgeting. Then depending on that one, we will be able. So coming back to the external stress factor, the only way you can avoid is you see what is the best solution you have, and then accordingly you need to find a solution and then start executing it. Now, we are the creators of our life path. True or not? Yes, we are the creators. Now, what you do today will decide your future. Now, many of us today we forget everything. We forget what we are supposed to do. What we do will be either talking about the past or thinking about the future. What will happen if Malaysian economy is like this? What will happen to us? What will be doing? What will be the situation for Malaysia? How will be earning money? All this will be. But tomorrow you don't even have in hand. But today you have it in your hand, right? So today what you need to do, utilize to the best of your abilities. Be thankful to whatever you have. The first thing you all need to get up in the morning, the first thing you need to be very thankful is you are alive. When you're alive, you're able to do your things. There are a lot of people yesterday night when they slept, they thought today morning they were supposed to wake up, but they didn't wake up. Why? They passed away. Now, once they pass away, the body is not there, it becomes a spirit. They go back to the spirit world. From the spirit world, you want to come back to the body, you cannot. You beg, plead, borrow, you cannot do anything. You cannot get another body. You might have to wait for sometime 1,000 years, 10,000 years. We do not know how fast you can. Whereas here in any place, in any countries, a lot of bribing system happens. You just give little money, everything just can bypass the whole situation. That's what human beings have created. We have created it. But what you need to understand is, especially now with the terahertz water, create a positive mindset for yourself. When you create a mindset with a positive thing that this water is going to change a lot of things for your own self, a lot of good benefits for yourself, definitely you want to share this beautiful technology, beautiful situation for another person, share it. You may talk to 10 people and out of that maybe one person is interested and one person also don't buy, maybe they just want to buy the water from you. It's still okay. Educate. So the first thing in your life should be educating as many people as possible about the terahertz technology and the benefits of water. Now, when you're talking about benefits water, you should be a little sensible in advising or guiding people. Do not give too much of disease-related cure system to the people. Do not tell them. You just tell them drink the water and see there will be a lot of good benefits physiologically. When you're physiologically your body improves, then automatically a disease situation can change back to normal, or it can reverse back to normal, or maybe there is a little change, maybe your drugs what you need to take will be reduced. That's all. But that only your body can decide. Nobody else. In the mind, you can say, hey, you drink this, oh, everything will happen. No, sorry. It doesn't work that way because that person's what mind mental makeup is you don't know. If he's such a negative person who always thinks complains about everything under the sun, and then you give him the best of water like Tera's water and tell him you drink this, this will happen, that will happen, he will say, yeah, I drank for so many months but nothing happened. Why? Because his mindset is like that. He always thinks complaining. No, people who are complaining will be complaining even with Tera's water also. This is you cannot avoid. But what we all need to understand is you have to complement your life. Complementing life is the most important journey. Complement everything. Compliment. The moment you get up in the morning, compliment your body that it is alive. Compliment the people surrounding you, your spouses, your children, your friends who are down there, your office people, the office, because everything is there for you to earn some little money. So definitely you need to compliment. So the more you start complimenting, what will happen? Automatically the molecular structure of the water inside your body also change to become complementing. So one cell will complement another cell. So automatically both the cells are complementing. Now just imagine you are thinking always negative. The cell also is negative. This cell also negative. Both the cells will repel and move away because both are on the opposite direction. So what is happening is without your knowledge, even your cells inside you are also fighting with each other. So how? Now this is where the most beautiful part. One cell will be very, very happy. Who is that cell? Is the cancer cell. Now, these guys are the most happiest people under the world. The moment they know that you are not in your peace of mind, you are not in your calmness, automatically these guys will take over. Now, moment cancer cells take over, they are very happy, and they work tandem, work to hand. They are also very well organized. They will multiply very fast. You won't even know. Many of us would have seen, all okay. Suddenly one day morning you go to the doctor, doctor will say you are stage 4 cancer. Why is that? Because these guys are so smart, you won't even realize that they are multiplying in your body. Now, this is where you need to understand that every day, start living just for 24 hours. Forget about tomorrow. Many of us will be thinking, oh, tomorrow we have to plan, doctor. Yeah, you plan, but don't put yourself into such a stressful condition that today goes off and then tomorrow comes back. And once again, tomorrow also will be the same, like you are once again under a stressful condition and once again go to the next day. Don't do that. Enjoy this moment of life. It's a very, very beautiful. It's a gift. It's a gift and it is a present. Present is, it's a gift for you for today. So when you start realizing this, what will happen? Your life path will become so beautiful. And just imagine 24 hours only. Tomorrow morning, we are not going to be there. Everybody, we are going to die tomorrow morning. So what you will do? Do the best. You will start loving every beautiful being under the sun. You will start loving everybody surrounding you. You will start doing things for everybody. You will start feeling gratitude to everything. You will start using a lot of words called thank you, thank you, thank you to everything you get in your life. So what happens? This is another beautiful situation. Your stress will be slowly moving out of your life. It's automatic actually. Now this is where on the cycle of what we all need to have. We need to have a desire. But what desire should you have? It should be a tangible desire. Now, this is where I would like to let you know that people out there will be talking, especially coming onto the stage, and telling, yeah, you can become a millionaire, you can do this, you can do that, fire of desire, everything will be talking. But how many millionaires can become like that? Yes, fine. So what? Now you become a millionaire. So what? What next? What next are you going to do? You still have to live. You still have to go back to your bed only and sleep. You're not going to go and sleep on a tree. You still have to drive your car. Maybe you are driving a concealed car before. Now you'll buy a Mercedes Benz and you'll drive a big car. So what? But at the end of the day, you still have to drive. You still have to live on this. So your desire has to be tangible. When your desires are tangible, what will happen? Your action also will be tangible. Then the knowledge what you're picking up also will be tangible to the given situation. Now here, if you desire to teach the other people about terahertz water, the goodness of it, the benefits of it, it is tangible to you. And when you convey the message to the other person also, the action will be also the same, right? It will be tangible. The person will, okay, fine, he will accept it and he will start drinking. The knowledge what you're going to gain, he will be in a better situation that he will pick up the water, he will drink the water, maybe he buy a machine. All this will happen. But if it is not tangible, your desire, your desire is you want to recruit 100 people under the sun and then you want to make a little extra money. Yes, it's good, but is it tangible for your lifestyle? So always make your journey tangible to your required situation and everything will start falling in place. So in the desire, action and the knowledge, and once again you're going to put that these three will be, it is like a vicious cycle. It will be going on and on and on. But make your life tangible is an important message. So now, being wise is a choice of every human being. It's a choice. You can do it. So what you need to do? ABC of life. Always be careful. So always be careful means what? You're going to talk about terahertz water to another person. What your job is to be careful. Why be careful? Because You don't overgive confidence to the people that it can remove this disease, it can do this to this disease, it can don't give such kind of high expectation or high funded the disease reversals. All these do not give hope to them in a very high manner. It should be tangible there. So always be careful what you're talking. Be prepared and give them what is tangible to their lifestyle, and then automatically things will move. Drink appropriate amount of water daily. Hydration plays a very important, because hydration can reduce the amount of stress. Every situation, be calm, and to get into the wisdom mode, be calm. That means your brain waves needs to go into a alpha state or then go to the theta state. Practice proper breathing technique. This is the most easiest thing anybody can do. Breathing technique of 5 seconds, 5 seconds, and 10 seconds. If you can do this, actually recently I've been trying 15 seconds of holding the breathing in, 15 seconds of holding the breath, and 15 seconds of leaving the breath. I tried this for 45 seconds and I could do it. It's something amazing. I felt it was so nice. So 45 seconds I could do this 3 sets. But for you all, I would say 5, 5, and 10. That means per minute you're going to breathe 3 times. Start doing this. Spend some time in the morning, 15 minutes of your time spare for your breath. Very, very, because breath is your life. Breath is your meditation. And breath is what you need to do it properly, because every breath you take in and you leave out, you're alive. But you cannot take in, you are not alive. You take in, but you cannot leave out. That's why it is called the person expired. That means he took a breath and then he left the breath out. That's it. Have you ever seen anybody telling you this person, if anybody is died, we don't use the word he inspired. We always say he expired. Why? Because breathing out. So here, whenever you are doing the breathing in and breathing out, that means you're alive. This is the most beautiful gift of God for you, that you're able to do one in and one out is beautiful. And now on this platform, you're listening to me. This is the most. Now, how many times you would have had a breathe in and breathe out in the past 45 minutes? It's an amazing. You didn't even know that your lungs has been breathing in and breathing out. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that body so beautiful? Isn't that a creation so beautiful? Amazing, isn't it? So breathing is very, very important. Then eating more of vegetables and fruits helps you to stay calm. Please note, eating more of vegetables and fruits helps you to stay calm. But that doesn't mean that people who are all vegetarians don't get angry. They also will get angry. That is, in a given situation, of course, we as human beings, we have that inner inbuilt anger mechanism, and we will be angry, we will get angry. So do not look at people who are vegetarians and then they are not supposed to be angry. It will happen. But it gives a lot of benefit for you when you're on a more of a vegetarian diet. Now, only with experience you can become more wiser. So what happens? If you're a 50-year-old person, you should be more wiser than a 20-year-old boy. Yes, you should be. But are you seeing that kind of people today? No. We see a lot of people 50 plus also doing stupid things in their life, and then at the end of the day, they are not able to. But when they do all the wrong things, what the younger generation will think? Younger generation will think, yeah, this fellow is a stupid fellow, but he's an old fellow. What to do? This is how they will comment and they'll move forward. Now, we all are intelligent beings. So what we need to do is we need to be wiser in what we talk. Especially don't open your mouth if it is not necessary. Keep your mouth shut. That's it. Zip your mouth. But if necessary, speak. So whenever you're going out on a business meet to tell about Tara's water, yes, you need to. So prepare yourself. What are you going to talk to them? How are you going to start? What is how you're going to break the ice and then speak to them about the water? Sometimes the moment you say, they'll immediately say, no, 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 I have other brand of water that's very good and that is much more better than this. Or whatever excuses they say, it's still okay. But you be prepared to give the right information to them, and then you come out. Your aim is to share the knowledge. That's it. Now, until we are alive, we are always learning. True or not? Even though I have finished, in fact, Madam Lee, I have completed today is my 69th episode, not 67. You are telling 67. It is actually 69th episode here. So until alive, we are all learning. So I'm very grateful and thankful to all the 179 members on this platform today who have joined me to listen. Thank you so much for the reason. Because of you, I am learning. I am learning and I am learning. because I'm preparing the slides. I am able to, pick some information and then put it across. And then what my passion is, how can I give it in a simpler manner? How do I give the message? They should understand what I'm talking. So in that way, it gives me a lot of beautiful learning experience. So when you are a student all through your life in the school of God here, I think you will be a successful student. You will complete it with the accolades and laurels what you need to get before you leave this planet Earth. You will get it, and then you will move forward. So areas you cannot control, don't stress yourself. As I told you, we have to just follow the rules and regulations stipulated by the governing body outside, and many a times outside things is governed by certain other people. So your job is to just, if it is possible, follow it. Very simple. And then start moving forward in life. Now your health is in your hands, yes or no? So don't read too much of information from the unproven social media, WhatsApp universities. Do not. So there will be a lot of information. Your job is to don't get confused. At the end of the day, if you are confused, your decision making also will be confused. So be wise. There are certain things you need to know. Better go and read, ask the right people, and get the information. Now, I always wish this. How I wish we all can fly like an eagle. Yes. Why do I say that? Because always, have you ever seen the eagle flying in the sky down there? So beautiful. It will be gliding actually. Have you ever seen a eagle flapping its wings? Yes, it will flap few times, but most of the time it will be just floating in the air. Very beautiful. And then it can see the prey from 3 kilometers to 5 kilometers. It can see. But whereas you and I cannot even see the nearby 100 meters also, we are not able to see it very clearly. Of course, we also can see, but in our developmental situation, it is not possible because our eyes is not made up for that. But we can sense from our inner gut feeling, even if it is 1 kilometer away, 10 kilometers away, we can feel it. That's what is a human being all about. So now you should create a stress-free lifestyle. So the best option what you have is just like a river, it just flows. That's it. Go with the flow. What happened? One fine day, the river will meet the ocean. Like that, you and I, one day we have to meet the creator, leaving the body down here, and then we go back to the creator. We have to do that. So as we are living on this planet Earth, the only option, easiest option is go with the flow. Today, what happened? If there is a heavy rain, you are supposed to take your umbrella and go, please take it. If it is a sunny day, you are supposed to take an umbrella, please take. Now, this is where on the particular 24 hours of your day, what you need to do, please do it and go with the flow. Life is more easier. You can talk anything about economy. You can talk about anything about your boss firing you from your job. Things cannot change. Certain things will happen whether you like it or not. Certain things don't make it happen. You don't make it happen by your certain wrong decisions when you make in a hasty situation. You will face it, and then don't blame the other person. So always you need to be very, very humble and calm in every aspect of your life, then it is much more easier for you to move forward. Now, this is something which you may not even look into it. This particular word, I think, in our epigenetics, we talk a lot about oxidative stress. Now, most of the disease, 90% of the disease is because of the oxidative stress. Now, just imagine, if 10 stressful people are working in a particular organization. What will happen? The organization will be very chaotic, 100%. The same way, if your cell, we have 50 trillion cells, we have 50 trillion cells. You imagine if 70% of the cells are working under stressful condition, what will happen? Definitely their metabolism is all affected. Can you see the thing there? There is something called a nucleus. So many things. It's like another universe, it looks a small one, but you can't even see with your naked eye. You have to see only through an electron microscope. Now, with all these inside, and they all are functioning in their own little ways, can you realize how the cells are functioning? No, because the cells are doing its job. Now, if these guys go under stress, now do you think that they are all giving you a situation for the disease? Yes, definitely. Now, once a disease sets in, that means your cells, most of the cells are affected by the situation wherein the doctors, we have named it as a disease. But at the end of the day, if you have not named it as a disease, there is some problem going on. That's all. That's all you and I will know. So what is happening is you have to prevent oxidative stress to your cells. If you want to prevent oxidative stress to your cell, very simple. Breathe in and breathe out properly. Have food at the right time, at the right place. Proper nutritious food. Number three, hydration. Very, very important. Proper exercise. Sleep. All this, if you can do it on a regular basis, what will happen? Your cells will start becoming more healthier. Maybe suddenly today, all our the 182 people on this platform feel, hey, doctor has given us a fantastic information about a cell health and oxidative. So from tomorrow or from today itself, if we all start being very happy, complimenting everything, start eating vegetables, a lot of fruits, drinking sufficient amount of terahertz water, what happens? Your cells will start slowly de-stressing itself. The moment your cells start de-stressing yourself, just imagine next 6 months down the line. Don't you think your disease can be controlled? Don't you think you can overcome some diseases? Yes, you can. So what's the big deal? So here you should understand that just by drinking water or just by drinking, maybe eating a proper food or a proper this way, it's not that you are doing a favor for your body. In fact, you have to do the favor to your body because your body needs to be in that healthy condition. For that, you need to eat the right food water at the right time. You need to drink water. There is no way. But today we have a terahertz resonated water. So why not? Why not? We should actually. So when there is a possibility of availability, why not utilize it? That is the best way you can bring down your. So when you drink sufficient amount of water, definitely the stressful condition of your cell can be reduced. So you be responsible, you take responsibility to reduce the amount of stress at the cellular level. All right. Now, cellular health is a key to your health. So how do you know? Of course, we can do a hair analysis by a quantum microcircuit. All this can be done. Even your DNA testing can be done. But at the end of the day, it is you who have to decide how healthy you need to be and what are the things you need to do. So how do you get into the healthier lifestyle? Very simple. Detox your body regularly and remove the toxin because whether you like it or not, poison is coming in. You have to remove it. Fasting is another wonderful. Do not do not put this fasting into a religious thing because it's nothing to do with the religion. Actually, it's for your physical body. But of course, if you're doing it for a religious purpose, fantastic. It's very good. But fasting plays a very, very important role. When you do a fasting, cancer cells die. That's something amazing. When you do fasting, your weight loss, there can be a weight loss. If you do fasting, there is a rejuvenation of your liver, of your kidneys, of your intestines. All this happens because you are doing fasting. So isn't it a good habit? You should. So that means weekly once or twice, you need to do a little bit of fasting of 12 hours or 14 hours and then increase it to 24 hours. Drinking sufficient amount of terahertz resonated water. Yes, very, very important. Eating more vegetables, very important. Eating a high fiber diet, very important. Avoiding removal of the canned food, tin food, packed food from your shelf, very, very important. As far as possible, avoid it. If there is a possibility, please avoid it. Avoid too much of refrigerated food and prepare. Fresh food is always the best. Those days, when the fridge was not there, what your grandmother used to do, prepare the food once in the morning, once at night time. They used to pre 3 times. And of course, those days women were not working, and then the whole family was taken care by the women because they used to give us the good food for us. But today women are working, so in that way, it is a balance. It is a balance. But I would leave the ball in your court so that you all decide how do you want to handle the situation. So what happens? It affects your cell nutrition. Dehydration is something related with your oxidative stress. Now what happens? It affects your cell metabolism. It affects your cell nutrition. It affects your cell detoxification. It affects your cell oxygenation. Don't you think drinking water plays a very, very important role? Yes, it plays a very, very important role. And that too, if you are drinking a terahertz resonated water, isn't it a gift for you? You should say thanks to the person who introduced you to this particular water. And then thanks to the universe that water is the universal phenomena. But the device was created by Terahertz India and Barad, and then they are the one who brought this technology. It's fantastic. But there will be other players in the market where they are also preparing. It's okay. We all are here to share whatever we have and then we move forward. Now, on this day, August 7th of 2022, there is something called terahertz technology. If you had asked me 20 years, why 20 years? 5 years ago, I didn't know about terahertz technology. That was a time I just came to know about epigenetics, something to do with the cellular health. Today we have the terahertz technology. So if there is a terahertz technology which is good for you, why not? And if it is known to you, why not? Today, Malaysia, we are almost 30 to 32 million population, but how many people are there on this platform? Only 184 people are there. So that means what happened to the remaining people? Everybody are busy. They are all in their own beautiful world. Yes. But these 184 or 185 people are the blessed soul that you are able to sit inside this particular platform to listen to this particular information sharing. Amazing, isn't it? Now, that has resonated. It is much more easier within 3 minutes with a power bank. Yes, you can do that. What happens when you drink this water? Better healthy cells, better function of the cells, better control of disease, illness to wellness, detoxification through natural process, nutrient absorption. It can be used as a spray for a hair and the face as well. Terrace water for bathing is fantastic. Used on plants, grow better. Used on animals, just awesome. Every animal will love it when you spray the terrace water. So there are a lot of good benefits when you use this because of the molecular structure. It's a nanomolecular structure, very small, and the vibration, the hertz, is molecular structure is 7.6 hertz, which is very, very slow, very, very small, and the viscosity is fantastic. So that is the reason there's a lot of good benefits of this particular water. So what are the properties? If anybody can give you this kind of properties, then automatically they can drink that water. Let them give any example of any water under the sun. You ask them if that water, whatever they are drinking from any brand, if it can give all these qualities, ask them to drink the water. Why do you want to promote terahertz water to them? You don't need to. We don't need to. So be smart and don't push yourself too much to the people saying that, oh, this is a very good, and you don't need to prove anything. If they are already drinking the water with all this facility, it's okay. Say thank you very much for giving an opportunity. Move to another person. See, always you need to understand that in life you need to move forward. Don't hold on to the people who, like yesterday, you spoke to a Tara on about Taras to a person and they didn't buy or they didn't even look into it. It's still okay. Today is a different day. Look for someone else. So always move, and move. So the secret in this particular business is don't keep it as a secret. Share it. Share to the people. Call up every day. Speak about it. What happens is when you do this, everything starts falling in place. So now, connecting to nature is awareness. This is something very, very important, and it is one of the stress busters. How many of you have gone to the sea and then started swimming in the sea water? How many of you go to the river and swim in the river water? How many of you gone to the waterfalls and then had a shower down there? How many of you are walking to the park with a lot of greenery, walking on the grass barefoot, hugging the trees? And how many of you wake up in the morning and then see the sun and receive the sun rays on you? How many of you at the night time see the moon and then imagine so beautiful and then visualizing and picking up the vibration of the moon? These are all nature. Have you ever seen, even if you are an angry person, and the moment you start seeing the sun, the moment you start seeing the moon, the moment you start seeing your pets, the moment you go to the seashore walk, you just calm down. Why is that? It is a stress buster. So naturally, we have all the busters under the sun. So what you need to do is you have to find the solution for it and then start moving forward. Now, being a little careful, especially here where on this platform where people are having chronic diseases with multiple complications, heart, lung diseases, or kidney issues, and many other diseases, you have to be double careful when you're advising terrace water. Always you can start off with a low. That means 250 ml, 500 ml per day for the first 3 days to 1 week, and then second week they can increase it to 1 liter, and the third week slowly only they need to. And such of those people who are all probably going for a surgery, definitely it is a good idea to stop the water at least 3 to 5 days in advance, and then after the surgery is done and all, once again wait for 3 to 5 days and then slowly start increasing. Now, why do we have to? Actually speaking, we don't need to, but it's better we do, because being a medical doctor, what we normally do is if you're on aspirin or any blood thinners, we will stop the medication well in advance, 3 to 5 days, so that during the surgery we don't want any complication of bleeding. That's it. Now, what has water to do with this? Water is also, this particular water has a high viscosity. So in that way, it is only safe for us. You can drink normal water and then move forward. But if given an opportunity, why not? Because we do not, I actually personally do not have any clinical experience wherein, before the surgery also drink the water and then after the surgery also drink the water. I do not know. But it is always safer to be stop the water and then you can. So what what is that you need to understand is people having high stress definitely are you need to understand that in spite of giving the best of everything to them, they will still be complaining about the water, complaining about their body, complaining about God, complaining about their boss, complaining about the environment, complaining about the economy. It will happen. So we cannot change them. But you be smart. If once you know that this person is under high stress and they are all into repetitive, it's like a repetitive situation. Don't waste your time. Look for another person. Share the knowledge and move forward. So as you're doing this, you will definitely come across a learning experience will happen. So you should be in a situation where there is no stress. So no stress is the key to a beautiful life. So we as human beings have to make a choice of how to create a stress-free lifestyle. So you as an individual, you all have a choice. You have to make a choice. So drinking water is a must because that also is a contributing factor for your oxidative stress at the cell level. So what is the message? Balance is a very, very important. So your life has to be balanced. It has to be tangible. It has to be tangible to your journey of life. Do not overlook beyond your means of life. Do not focus on too big, big things in your life. You don't need to. But be happy, be grateful, be thankful for what you have in this particular for today. For today, if you have 100 ringgits in your bank, be thankful to it. That's it. You don't need to be a millionaire. You're alive. That is the biggest blessing for you. So in that way, what you need to is have a balanced lifestyle, balanced situation in everything you do should be balanced and tangible in your life. Saying that until we meet again, thank you very much and bless you in abundance. Coming with another topic the next week. And I think I'll be touching the 70th episode next week. So thank you very much. Until I see you back, have a wonderful weekend. And I think tomorrow, once again, Monday, starting back. Have a great weekend and a great week ahead for you. Over to you, Madam Lee.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Very good information for every one of us. Yes, one of the stress buster connecting to nature. We have to follow the rules and regulation on health. Doctor also mentioned your health is in your hands. You have to make a choice, create a stress-free lifestyle. Yes, yeah. Today, doctor also mentioned the moment when we mentioned the device cost 4,008, the person would immediately reacted, wow, so expensive, right, doctor? But once when we give them the terrace water to try, and slowly they find the changes in them, they find the benefits, and they would comment it, yeah, it's worth, and they are grateful to the person who introduced them. And so far, 300 old people from my side here who have drank our terrace water. We can see they always come back and so excited and say, wow, they benefited in that way, their health improved in their bodies, and they're so excited, doctor. And there are so many different kinds of health issues they have faced. The one that I have faced here, there are 3 who are even suffer from this SLE, and it's the mother and the daughter. Doctor, is it can be can spread this SLE because the mother got it and the daughter also got it?
Yeah, genetically, there are certain situations it gets transmitted. Okay.
Oh, I
There are a
see.
lot of situations like that.
Uh-huh.
But with epigenetic correction, we should be able to at least limit the process of the disease or limit the situation. We can do that with epigenetics. We need to understand our body first. Then we can do it.
Okay. So many people, I think most of us, we are not aware that we are not consuming enough water every day. Uh, and in the long run, we find that we have, doctor mentioned the few factors, the internal and the external, and that we have jeopardized our health. But now, with the terrace water, uh, reminding us the importance of drinking enough water, uh, is so important. And also, doctor mentioned one way to de-stress, right, doctor? And so far, doctor, there is no question put up. It's
Hey,
all the thank you
isn't that
notes,
a
doctor.
beautiful situation now? I complimented everybody, and I think the most beautiful part is every human being is an intelligent being. They are equally intelligent to me or more than me. I am very happy. So the moment they understand the concept, the tangible concept, always I speak, easier. Why will you have questions? You shouldn't actually, because you understand what we are talking.
Mm-mm. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, more and more thank you notes.
Yeah, no,
Here
nowadays
there's
I see a lot of thank you coming in. I think it's a beautiful way of expressing gratitude. And imagine when they do that, their cells become de-stressing actually. The cells become very less of stress, and then it's a happy mode.
yes, doctor. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's just one little questions here. The mom having fluid in the lungs. Will this water help?
What is in the lung?
The mother facing the fluid,
A
in
fluid in the lungs is
yes,
there.
in
Yeah.
the
No,
lung.
normally, what will happen is whether it's a fluid in the lung or in the heart or in the kidneys, doctors will advise you to drink less water. Definitely, yes. Now, the situation is you will be drinking at least half a liter of water, 500 ml to 1 liter. Okay. Now, what they need to do is if it is 1 liter per day, they are going to drink water, then they can actually consume 500 ml of Terrage water, and the remaining 500 ml of water is the normal water. They can mix it up actually. They mix
Mm,
it up and then start drinking is absolutely not a problem.
yeah.
They still need to drink water.
Okay. More thank you note, doctor.
Yeah. Acid reflux, yes, definitely it will help the acid reflux patient. Definitely, yes.
Mm-mm.
But here, one thing I wish to share something here. Huh? Number one, most of the time, the reason for gastritis,
Yes.
reason for gastritis is
Yeah.
hurry, worry, and curry. Three things: hurry, worry, and curry.
Curry.
Yes, so curry is
Ah.
basically a lot of spices, lot of spices. So hurry is everybody, that particular person is always in the hurry, always on the move, always on the toes, running, doing too many things, multi-targeting. Then worrying, a person who is always worrying, what will happen tomorrow, what should I do tomorrow, my children should go to tomorrow, they should get all this worry also will be gastric. Now
Mm.
when you have hurry, worry, and curry, you drink water, how is it going to heal them? You can drink terrace water, definitely it will heal, but who is going to take out the hurry, worry, and curry? It's they who have to work on it, and they will have to calm down first, and then when you take this, things will. This is where many a times, Madam Lee, what happens is people who are taking medication, especially for gastritis, what happens is they'll be taking for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Now what happens after 3 4 months? Yes, gastritis is okay, but there is a problem they will face. Number one, because you're taking gastric medication, your vitamin B6 will become less. Just imagine, if your vitamin B6 is less, it will create more problem for your nerves, nerve conduction. And especially if you're a diabetic, you will have more problem. On one side you have gastritis, and another side another problem is created. So that is where we need to understand, as far as possible, go with natural food habits, less of worries, less of hurries, and you should be stress free. That's it. If you are stress free, automatically you will be able to handle your situation, right? But if necessary, do take gastric medication. Is nothing wrong in it, but don't take it for too long. It's not going to help you in that way. Okay.
Okay. I think
Now,
there's one who
what is the
asked.
amount for dengue fever?
Yes,
Now
yes.
here, see what is happening is, if we start looking at diseases and then start looking at the water, how we are going to drink. Now, whether you like or not, in a dengue fever, we all will have to drink water. But the problem is, because this is like something like a blood thinner, you need to be a little careful. Number one. Number two is, definitely your body needs fluids. So always it's safer for us to mix the water and drink initially, at least for the period of the dengue. When you're admitted in the hospital, you can drink. But if by chance you are going to drink only terahertz water and you see that everything is fine, then your body is okay. There is no problem at all. But we wouldn't know who can have a problem when. But they will think, the moment they have some problem, they'll think water is the problem. Because of terahertz only, I had a problem. No, it's, see, dengue by itself will create complication by itself, whether you like it or not. Now, how alert are you? How well you know when to go to the hospital, when to get admitted in the hospital? You should be smart enough. So in that way, drinking water is important, but at the same time, you need to know your body first, how much you can drink directly terahertz water, or you need to mix up with the terahertz water and the normal water, mix it up and drink. It's still safe. As long as your hydration is maintained, life will be beautiful. You don't have to worry.
Okay. So thank you, Stella Sim. She mentioned the mother-in-law who suffer from Alzheimer's, and then she has been taking the carrot water and found she has improved, and the memory is getting better.
Now here, very simple, Madam Lee, what is happening is very simple. The body is created by the creator in such a fantastic manner. It will do its job. How it does, you and I don't know.
Mhm.
You can give to 10 Alzheimer's patient. Not all the Alzheimer's patient will improve the same way. Not all.
Yes.
It depends on the individual. We do not know. But
Yeah.
with the due respect to every patient or every person, when you drink this water, there will be definitely good benefits. If not for the brain, at least the other organs get the sufficient amount of water. So it's good for you. So instead of looking at just Alzheimer's or any disease particularly, I would say, think of the 50 trillion cells in your body. 50 trillion cells. They need water. Please drink water for that. Your disease is only for a part of it, right?
Yes.
It can be diabetes. It can be a blood pressure. It's only a part of your problem, but your whole body needs water. So please drink water for the 50 trillion cells and make it more healthier.
Yeah. And this soul is asking how many months can the charged water stay active? This doctor has mentioned before. The terrace water can stay for quite some time, but
Long,
the best is that if we can, we try to resonate the water and drink it immediately, maybe in 1 or 2 days time. Right, doctor? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can device change the hardness of water?
No,
What is
hardness,
the suitable?
basically see, this is where I always tell human beings, they should know what is hard water, what is soft water. See, most of the time when you get a tap water, it's mostly hard water, mostly. Now, how do you differentiate it? When you use a soap, when you take a soap and use a hard water and then you try to create a lather, the lather will be very less. That means it's a hard water. Now, when you use the same resonated water, it breaks down the molecule, it makes it to a smaller. Now it becomes softer, definitely, smaller molecule.
Okay.
So when you use the same soap, the lather will be more.
Oh.
So that means it's soft water. So soft water creates more lather, hard water, less lather. Simple. Now, whatever water they are talking, they need to understand that they should have a good filtration system for their house. Very important.
Mm.
Then when you resonate it, the efficacy of that water is amazing.
Mm.
If you're going to directly tap water, resonate it and drink, definitely there'll be a lot of problems. It's not good idea at all. You need to filter it out.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, doctor. Very good answer for every one of us. Please take note. Get a good filtration. Huh?
How do
For
you measure to know if the water is still higher? These are all technical
no,
questions.
if the
Of
water
course,
is
it's basically like what Eddie and Frankie and all will tell is do the lime test. When you do the lime test, you will know.
yeah.
But what I normally will tell is, see, you close your eyes, and when you sip the water, you will feel the difference. The
Yes,
water is
true.
softer, sweeter. Another
Mm.
clue I can give you is when you keep a jug of Terra's resonated water on your table, leave it for 2 3 days. You will invariably, in my house, I see always small ants will be there inside.
Yes, yes, true.
100%, you know. Whereas a
Yes,
normal water, I keep it on my table, no ants will go there. No ants will go
true.
there.
Yes, yes.
Means nature has got a mechanism where they love the live water. So that means it's a live water.
Yes,
And
true,
always
doctor.
they will say, example, if you have a horse with you, wherever the horse will go and drink water, you can be rest assured you can go and drink that water. That means the horse has an intelligence to check the water quality.
Yeah,
Whereas
true.
you and me, I don't know what to say. You give the best equipment also, still we don't know. We will be wondering why the water is like this. We cannot, because we have lost the senses. We need to get back the original senses, feel it. So we need to go back to nature first.
Yes. I have a case whereby, this friend of mine, the husband has so many dogs and two beautiful cats. Uh, and when the dog was sick, then the wife, when I resonated the water and bring to the wife, and the wife said, okay, now I will give the dogs the terrace water because one of the dog was sick and then has been vomiting for 3 days. So that whole day when my friend gave terrace water to the dog, the next day he's okay. No more vomiting. Wow. Terrace water, the animals, they are really so sensitive on finding good water to drink.
No, animals can perceive things much more easily, faster, you know. In fact, my fish tank contains terrace water only. But what I do is normally 50% of terrace water, the remaining is normal water. I mix it up. Because first time I put fully terrace water, all the fish died. So what I did, I made a mistake. Then I made it into 50-50. Now it's okay. All the fishes are settled now. So animals are different, whereas human beings, we need to get back to the original.
Yeah, good.
See, someone
Yeah,
has put
that's
my
right.
dying leaves also. Like you can put, like for example, I will show you. Like, can you see this? It's so fresh, man.
Yes, yes. Wow, beautiful.
Very fresh, you know. I spray the
Mm.
terrace water inside is also see the color of it. It's so green. I feel so nice
Wow.
when I see this, you know, fluffy. So like this, actually,
Mm.
there are a lot of things, and I always use a spray like this. I'll be having on my table here. In fact, when I come, I will spray around here for the positive energy. I use it left and right. So people also should use it left and right.
Okay,
I
that's
think I'll take leave, Madam Lee. I'm feeling hungry.
okay. I think that's the
Thank
end.
you very
No
much. Thank
more
you. Bye,
questions.
everybody.
It's all the thank you notes. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Thank you
grateful
very
to
much.
you. Yeah. So good night, everyone. Still we see you next week. Okay. Thank you. Good night, Shireen.